What's up, y'all?
It's the world famous.
You're listening to The Darren Greene Show.
Right here.
It's 11:11. I'm making a wish, hoping I have somebody mine, so not just a body. Do you count me as a body, boy? Why should I complain when I move first? Guess I don't know what I deserve. Am I just so just a kingdom that can't reproduce? This ain't smart, no, they won't prove. But my body is heavenly when I'm with you. And I don't wanna waste another second of your time, even though I know you always mine. And that's what you did, boy. If your pillow could talk, it would tell you that I was the one. And to ask for forgiveness for everything you've ever done.
What's up? I'm your host, Darren Greene, back with another episode. I'm also joined by my co-host, Derek Doll. How things?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I've been doing well, Darren. Just chilling.
Right.
That little intro, child.
You do? Yeah, I'm saying this is our first little broadcast episode, because usually what we do is we pre-record what we're gonna say, and then I put all the music pieces together. But this is all almost, it's not live, but it's like a live broadcast. I don't know how you call it.
Very good.
But I'm happy to do it. And that song that you were just listening to was Pillow Talk by the rapper Ty Mitch. We love his music, and we love to continue to support him. He was on for a couple of episodes. Stream Pillow Talk anywhere you listen to music. I believe it's on every platform. But the link will be in the description. With that being said, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a rate review if you can. And as always, follow me at TDGS Media on Instagram and Twitter. And I got another announcement, guys. Because I understand how the listeners may want us to get to the point when it comes to topics and stuff like that. I got you covered. Stop this podcast right now and subscribe to my YouTube channel. What I've been doing, I've been splitting up the podcast, topic to topic. And we also have a section where we talk about, our doll talks section and stuff like that. And then I also have a section for interviews. So stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe to the YouTube page, tap the bell to get notified of every new video, and support the Darren Greene Show. I don't know, it's been a minute since I post on YouTube, and I was just thinking about it because when I was rehearsing what I wanted to talk about initially, I don't know, I was just talking about how I was thinking about how much beforehand I tried YouTube so many times, I was so discouraged because I think. And I was saying it to myself. I was like, you can't really see how many people download your episodes. You can't see how many people download your episodes. But with YouTube, it's your views is for the public consumption. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes that almost dictates, well, if you only got 5 views, I don't know if you're credible enough to watch. You get what I'm saying? So for many years I've been discouraged, but now I'm just I don't really give a fuck no more.
Very good.
I'm gonna put this content out on period. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? What was you gonna say though?
But I was it starts that way,
Yeah.
It starts small and it builds up. And I tell you, I just want to take that one big story, and next thing you know, people watch one, and then they go find another one. Say, well, what do they think about this? And it'll happen.
Yeah.
You're doing it the right way. You're doing it organically. A lot of these podcasts are out here paying for views, and that's just not. That's not what we're doing. No shade. But.
No tea, no shade, honey. Paying for views, honey. Not payola, princess.
And sympathy.
Sympathy and payola. Okay. Okay, the weekend report. I guess I'll start. Just catching up with classes. Let me tell you something. These Zoom classes, and I didn't notice because I feel like last semester we was halfway in the semester, so it was I didn't really feel the craziness, but you are doing a lot of work for these classes to be all online now, because you have to, not only do you have to show up for the class, but some classes also say you have to turn in this every class because that determines your attendance. Your attendance is no longer just showing up for Zoom. So I'm just it's a lot of extra work that I have to do on top of the homework that they already assigned us. I'm yo. And I feel like time is going so fast. I complained episodes ago that, hey, I feel like everything is going too slow and I feel like I have no time. It's so crazy. This week just flew. Other things I was working on things for the podcast. I'm not gonna go in depth, but I have some surprises for you guys in the future. And also I'll be appearing on another podcast called Verse TV next Monday, actually.
Come on, Verse.
Yes. I always wanted to show my support to other podcasts that are I wouldn't say like mine, because this is like a LGBT type panel type podcast that talks about topics and stuff like that. Like, they're gonna send me everything, their show notes, so I know, what I want to talk about. But this is like different from Celebrity News. So I mean, if you guys want to support me and listen on their podcast, I definitely I'm promoting the hell out of it on the Instagram page. So like I said, follow me at TDJust Media. So that's pretty much what I've been working on and what I will be working on for the next couple of days. What about you? I know you out, you back home, honey. How's home?
Well, right now I'm in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Dallas right now with my family. Got a chance to see my little brother. I'm with my sister and my mom and my niece and stuff like that. And then we'll probably head over to Louisiana either later tonight. But yeah, like just enjoying a little vacation.
Okay.
Had to get out of Jersey again. Like I said, this has been the most travel I think I've done in the past 10 years. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay.
Up and out, and but yeah, so I have to come home anyway to work on my project. So I'm here. Let me tell you, yesterday my flight plan was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous. Oh, hold on 1 second.
Oh, well.
Okay. Yeah, because the wind is whipping. So yesterday I was supposed to be on an 11 o'clock flight to Dallas. Got to New York. Now their roads messed up. The transit's all late. Get to the airport literally like 3 minutes after the cutoff of my luggage from my plane. They bumped me from the plane, child.
Oh my God!
From an 11 o'clock flight to a 2:30 flight. Got there to the gate. They a minute later they delayed it to 3:30. 8 minutes later delayed it to 5:30. I was like, Lord, I can never fly out of LaGuardia and have a good experience. I'm just over it. So now if I'm not flying out of Newark, I don't want it.
And that's why when when you told me that, I was like, you know what? Because I wasn't prepared myself. I was still working on the notes and trying to figure out this damn mixer, which I got it down to a science now, thank God. So I was just like, and I know how stressful, because I hate, when I tell you I do not like airports. So I could understand how stressful that could be. I was like, let me make the unanimous decision to like postpone the show to the next day. And I think that was the right thing to do anyway, because the show would have been, if we would have went through with it, I feel like the show wouldn't have been as stellar as usual. You get what I'm saying? Right. So, hey, shit happens. We're an independent podcast, okay? we have other lives, and we have to, take heed and all that stuff. But okay, I'm glad that you're back home and that you're enjoying yourself out there, vacating again. You know what I'm saying?
I have to vacate. But yeah, but nothing. That's it for me this weekend. I mean, this is been what it's been. I enjoyed the week. Worked my little 3 days, and I graduated.
You graduated? What's that about? Where you graduated?
I graduated from Leadership Newark. It's a public policy fellowship, a 2-year program that I was a part of, and I graduated on, I think, Wednesday night. I think I posted like we had like a sip and paint, social distancing and stuff. So we didn't have like a big graduation like we normally do. But it was nice. I'm so glad that it's over and got to move on to the next thing. I'm debating if I want to go to grad school or if I was going to take a break and just work on my craft. But that's just in my week in a nutshell. But it's not as crazy as what's going on in the real world. So let's get into some things. Oh my goodness. I wanted to start with Breonna Taylor's case, because I feel like that's very important right now. And I understand it pissed a lot of people off this week. And it was a bummer. Like, so basically what happened
The former LMPD officer was indicted. Oh, Brett Hackinson. I'm gonna make sure I say his name. Was indicted of 3 counts of wanton endangerment in the first degree, meaning that he was not charged for the death of Brianna. He was also granted a $15,000 cash bond, and the other officers involved in the shooting were not charged. Now, according to Wave 3 News, Hackinson was charged for shooting 10 rounds outside of Brianna's apartment. Some of the shots ended up in adjacent units, which was why he was indicted. In the end, he was not charged for Brianna's death. The announcement comes almost 7 months after the shooting happened. So it's a mess.
For me, I just feel like it was a slap in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, this young lady was in her home, being protected by her man. You all had the wrong. First of all, they were looking for her ex-boyfriend, who hadn't even been there in like over a year.
Mm-hmm.
He was already at the station.
Mm-hmm.
He was at the station while they were executing a no-knock warrant at her house. And then the only reason the other guy got indicted is because bullets went through somebody else's apartment. So you mean to tell me this girl died, and everyone that shot rounds at that place basically just got off. That's basically what they said.
Yeah.
And you know,
well, they say if he's tried in court, he'll get like what, 5 years?
Yeah,
15?
for shooting up somebody else's apartment. And he's probably not gonna get 5 years. Get 5 years, probably serve 1.
That's just a slap in the face.
But welcome to America. Like, if nothing else, like this is America, and should we have expected something different? You know, I feel like we were hopeful, but the reality is, like, you know, that this is our country.
This is our country.
This is what it looks like, and you know, I was like, pray for Louisville because they're gonna burn that place down.
Yeah, and I remember seeing this post and saying that, you know, we're not living in a broken system. This system did exactly what it was made to do.
Yeah, I posted that too. Yeah,
I think I got that from you.
This is what the system was designed for, is to protect property and the government's always going to protect itself. But I mean, we just need to change that starts at the local level. Like, y'all need to pay attention to who you're voting in office at the local level, who your the local officials are, who your state attorney generals are. Like, pay attention. Like, people are getting so exhausted by the idea of participating in politics, but what people fail to understand is that democracy requires participation. It requires it. It's not optional for you to just be like, oh, I'll vote for the president, not vote for my mayor or my state reps. Like, no,
it's crazy.
You need to participate at every level of government. We have to participate because if we want to get the people we want at the top, it starts at the bottom. It all starts at the bottom. Who are your police chiefs? Like, who gets those jobs is determined by, you know, who you elect for your city council. Like, we just have to be more diligent. And, you know, I hate the fact that we've gotten to a place where we're always reactionary, right? We're always reacting to these crazy happenstances in our country. And, you know, we get painted as if, you know, we're the villains because we're reacting to violence that's happening to us. And we're expected to be peaceful about it. And instead of being reactionary, we have to act first. And I think one part is voting, another part is educating our communities, and you know, and really participating in changing the way this country looks, runs, and operates. But it was just sad. The whole Breonna Taylor situation was very sad, and the next day I was like, don't ask black folks for nothing. We are exhausted today.
You're exhausted, and I'm glad you brought up voting too, because that was another conversation that I was looking at on social media where a lot of people are using this as a way to be like, hey, well, does it even matter about this election? You know what I'm saying? Who's gonna win? Who's gonna change it? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're talking about this this Biden and Trump election that's coming up. I'm like, look, let me tell you something. Now, don't be stupid now.
Like, yes, it does matter.
Yeah,
it most definitely does matter. And I think it's because of the way that it's been handled. Like, this is the most violent. Oh, thank you. is probably the craziest our country has been since I've been alive. As far as protesting and there's been protests almost every day since. Have y'all noticed that? Every day since this president has been in office, there has been protests every day about something. Every day. Every day.
Mess.
Every day. We're tired.
Yeah.
We're tired. And if we are going to change things, it happens. It's going to start at the polls. If our votes didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying so hard to discourage people from voting or taking advantage of the different ways to vote. So just vote. Y'all vote. Vote early, please.
Please.
We have to October 5th.
Look, you ain't got to vote no other time. It's just we just need to get this orange man out. You can do whatever you want afterwards.
Vote every other time. Let this be if you never voted for, let this be the beginning for you. Like,
okay.
Like register to vote. You got nothing to eat. Like just register to vote. You can do it online. Request a mail-in ballot.
And I know I made jokes. Yeah, I made jokes about this last the episode that you were in there because I was like, I feel like Biden ain't gonna be the best, but he definitely gonna maintain because things have gotten worse since Trump been in office. I'd rather maintain than worse. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, do I think Joe will do a better job than Trump? Yes, hell yeah.
I'm not even just maintaining. I think that because of the differences in policy and also the team that comes with Joe, I have to remind people, like, it's not just the president we're voting for. Yeah, they're the name and the face of the ticket, but you have to think about, the type of administration they're going to have, the type of the trust in experts that Joe Biden has and believing in science and that the experience that comes with it. And I think that with Trump, I do understand that he has like this regard for the common man, and like I do kind of support his idea that not everyone needs a college degree to be a leader in this country, and experience is a great teacher, and understanding your trade and mastering your field is just as comfortable with going to school for 4 years and learning about it. But has to be a balance, and with certain things, we need people who have expert experience, people who understand data, people who understand how to apply it, people who understand, how to make analysis that actually benefit the majority of Americans outside of just taking care of the minority of the wealthy. And I think that is where we're headed. Like we got to I don't think America's never going to be normal again. I think we passed the phase of us trying to be normal. We need to be healthy. Like America, we need to be healthy at this point. Like our country's dying, democracy is dying, people are dying. And I think that I trust a Biden-Harris administration way more than I do a Trump one at this point because they've proven to be incompetent.
Oh, of course. And we got a little sidetrack because we started talking about Orange Man, but I wanted to go back and talk about the Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, who held a press conference explaining Breonna Taylor's indictment and also calls out celebrities for voicing their anger. Here's a little bit what he had to say.
There will be celebrities, influencers, and activists who, having never lived in Kentucky, will try to tell us how to feel, suggesting they understand the facts of this case and that they know our community and the Commonwealth better than we do. But they don't. Let's not give in to their attempts to influence our thinking or capture our emotions. At the end of the day, it is up to us. We live here together. We work here and raise our families here together.
Ciao. What's going on?
I don't know, child. I just looked at that and I was like, well, he basically just told y'all to mind y'all business and let the police continue to kill Kentucky black folks in peace.
I mean, that's what it sounded like to me.
Like for you to cut up there and try to piece together something else, and it was very excusatory, is what his press conference gave us. Like very excusatory. And after seeing him at the Republican National Convention, I didn't expect anything other than what I saw. I expected him to get up there and to regurgitate the mantra about law and order, and
They kill me with that law and order.
I can't expect it. Now, we are a nation that requires law and order. I get it, but it was very tone deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is about perspective. In this particular situation, it was incompetent. It should have been at least negligent homicide, negligent manslaughter. Like there could have been charges brought against.
Could have been
people.
Something, but no,
anything.
But
because
he was shooting at somebody's apartment. That's the reason.
Right. And
that's
then
crazy.
It's like, well, he shot at them first. Like, well, first of all, was it a no-knock warrant or was it not a no-knock warrant? Because your mayor or like the mayor of the city and other local officials were saying they're working on trying to change that,
mm-hmm.
change the law to make no-knock warrants a thing of the past. But he got on TV and said that it wasn't a no-knock warrant, that it actually was a warrant for the arrest of her ex-boyfriend. And then they have this unidentified eyewitness corroborate the story, saying that the police knocked. Now, where they come from? They were outside waiting. They saw the police. They were just sitting on their porch.
Oh, that they
knocked.
knocked.
Who are these people?
Child, you knew if you was gonna knock somebody's door down, and is it not stand your ground state?
Right. Well, I mean, listen, Black families aren't allowed to protect themselves. All the thing that I got from this past year is that Black people, no matter what we do, whether
mm-hmm.
we comply, whether we don't comply, whether we're law-abiding citizens or whether we're in a stand your ground state or not, Black people are not allowed to protect themselves in this country. That's what I got from this entire thing. We're not allowed to protect ourselves in this country because the rules don't apply to us. Still, to this day, the same rules do not apply to us in practice as they do on paper. And that is what needs to change. That is why so many years later, when they say, why are we still fighting for equality and not revenge? It's like, well, on paper, we are equal on paper. But in practice,
but in all actuality,
that's not what we're
mm-hmm.
seeing. And until those things match, we're always going to be at war within our own walls. I think that the American people we're getting kind of tired and exhausted of it, and it needs to change. And we realize that Donald Trump, no matter what you do with this economy, the idea of having a booming economy means that if everybody's making money, everybody's going to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If everybody got a job, you're too busy to rob and steal and kill, right?
Yes.
So let's bring jobs back. Let's get people to work. Let's eradicate this dream of you have to go to college to get a good job, because we know for a fact that's not true. You go to college 4 or 5 years, you amass all this debt and realize that there aren't even jobs open for you when you graduate.
Child, don't step on my toes, honey.
So now you have to work in a field that doesn't even require a degree. You're working in a trade field where people can go to school for 2 years, get a trade, and become managers over you while you have a 4 to 6 year degree. And you're working for people who've never stepped on a college campus.
And the thing about it is, though, when we get these degrees and everything is like, okay, this is how much your wage is, people can deny you because, hey, your wage is too high. We can't pay you this much. And that's also that's a thing too. It's something that I worry about as a college student trying to get a job once I actually graduate here. I'm like, what the hell? That's why I feel like you ever just think to yourself, I'm like, yo, I feel like I cannot wait to graduate because I feel like there'll be so much weight. There's gonna be so much weight that's gonna build off my shoulders. Yes, because I feel like I'm doing all this. When I was in school. Yeah, I'm doing all this extra shit for what? I care about getting an internship. I care about getting some experience, because if I have experience, then I have a job. We're doing all this extra stuff for what? College definitely broadened my horizons to new things, and I've definitely done more and met a lot of people. I guess that part is good about it, but yeah, you are correct. Like, once you get out of college, it's going to be difficult. How are you going to change? How are you going to combat that, Mr. President?
Right, child. I've determined that America is a city girl.
Yeah,
it's a scam.
Mm-hmm.
She just want our coin. That's all.
Yeah, they want your coin when you're alive. They want your coin when you die.
Coin when you're dead. Right.
They just
they do while you alive to go and taste that bag.
Yeah, right. Either way, if you owe, your family gonna owe. All right. I'm like, that is so crazy. That is so crazy. But that's the country that we live in, child.
Biden Harris 2020.
Yes, please.
Please just go vote, y'all.
Oh, well, you heard Trump
Please.
Releases a platinum plan for Black Americans, aims to invest a $500 billion in Black communities so they can like start businesses and stuff. I was looking at this shit on the Shade Room.
I believe when I see it.
I'm like, child, you a day late and $1 short.
You know what's funny? And it's crazy to see the people that were sharing it too. I saw it on Twitter. I haven't watched that video, but the same people who were, you know, coming at Kamala Harris for her HBCU, her HBCU plans and her Black agenda, saying that a Black woman, was pandering on behalf of the Democrats for a Black vote, are the same people retweeting this shit from Donald Trump, as if this is not pandering to Blacks. This man got on national television last week and said that he has done more for the Black people in America than any other president except for Abraham Lincoln. And he honestly believes that. He believes it. And there, excuse me, I forgot we on air. There are people who will agree with him. And I really ask, like, how has your life changed since he's been president, besides you being stuck at home getting unemployment right now? How has it changed?
It hasn't.
In a positive way.
We wouldn't have to do all this shit if it wasn't for this pandemic, which could have been prevented.
Could have been avoided
because there was plans set in place by the previous administration. You know,
right?
It's just crazy.
Obama was intelligent.
Yeah,
we're living in the upside down. And I had another conversation. I know that we have Caucasian listeners, and I want you to know we love you so much and thank you for your support. But in a real sense, I think I had a conversation with somebody about, like, what is the Congressional Black Caucus and the National American Indians Council? Like, I'm surprised they haven't like joined together and like had like trying to lead a conversation about being Black and brown and red in this country. Like how, like just taking ourselves out of this situation and just looking at it. What have white people created in the history of white people that was not destructive? What have they created?
I don't know.
That has not. What system have they created that is not self-destructive? Tribes and civilizations survived for thousands of years, peacefully, in abundance. This is capitalism. This is we're living in a time where. My grandmother used to say, Babylon will always fall. No matter how many times you build it back up, Babylon's always going to fall. And it's like, that's Americanism. We're entering into a Babylonian era where no matter what we put our hands to, it's going to crumble. And looking at the type of leaders we've chosen. It's just so sad.
It is. And it's sad. I hate that this is going to, you know, probably affect my baby cousins. I mean, me, shit. I mean, look, I just got grown. Why this happening now? My parents ain't never been through this.
Right.
I mean, they lived through the 80s and stuff like that. You know, 80s was messed up too. Well, but this,
I agree. Yeah, it's a lot. Well, we're a chosen generation. I think that we're living through this time because we're supposed to participate and we're supposed to see it, be witnesses to it, and be inspired to change and act and create the type of future that we want. And if nothing else, y'all should be inspired by this stuff. Like, don't get discouraged. Be inspired to participate in the change. Like, vote. Like, organize. Like, talk to your families. Like, raise your children to understand the world, the global world that we're living in. And but you know, you have to do it till you're blue in the face.
Right. You got to. And in the wake of all this, you know, situation that's going on with Breonna Taylor and, you know, other things that's going on in the country, we got this fool who made a response album.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I thought we canceled this man.
We got to talk about it because he made content for this week. I mean, so Tory Lanez, from my understanding, he sent out a tweet saying that he was going to explain everything and that, you know, I'm tired of being silent, this, that, that. We thought he was going to be on it. He was going to go on Instagram Live, you know, and talk about it. We was like, okay, I waited. It was 9:00. You know, CP time, child. Black people always late for something. No, he dropped an album called Daystar, addressing Megan, addressing Asian Debrat, Who else? JoJo, J.R. Smith, Dream Doll, like all these people. I don't even know why he talked about J.R. Smith. Man, they went back and forth, child, on social media. That was a little funny. But he talked about Megan. Initially in his songs, he said that he wasn't the one. He's not the one that shot her. There's a couple of. Let me just pull up some of
the theories are out.
Yeah, the theories are. Hold on. Not Facebook acting like this. Okay, there it is. I got so many apps up. Some of the lines that he said was how the F you got shot in the foot, don't hit no bones or tendons. Now there was rumors that Meg didn't necessarily got shot, but that the bullets ricocheted and hit her foot, which I just seen on the Shade Room now. The Cedar Sinai hospital records confirmed that Meg Thee Stallion was shot. So the hospital confirmed that she was indeed shot. I mean, we've seen the pictures. We don't need to. There's no negating that Meg Thee Stallion didn't need a shot. Okay, so that was debunked. So now you say, how you got shot behind? How can you identify me? Now you're saying, okay, so she had her back turned, so you don't know who shot her. So I'm like, okay, so people speculate it was her best friend Kelsey. You still on?
I'm here.
Okay, I didn't know where you went. They're saying that it was her best friend Kelsey, which someone pointed out on social media, and he debunked that. So I'm like, so if Kelsey didn't do it, well, who the security guard shot her? Like, you are the common denominator. So what are you talking about? You know, and he was talking about how, you know, oh, me and Kylie didn't know that you was tripping, this, that, and the third, you know, trying to say he was sitting there flirting with Kylie and at that party or whatever. And that's what started the whole situation. I'm like, child, what's going on? At this point, what you said last week, I need court documents because I don't know. I really do not know. I'm not saying that Meg is not telling the truth. I mean, I do believe Tory Lanez probably did shoot her. Whether it was intentional or not, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just kind of weird because now we get his side of the story, and it's kind of making a lot of people think what's really going on, what really happened, because she did go back in the car after she got shot. That is a real thing. Like when you seen her walk out, that's when the cops came and you know the helicopter was over the car, and you seen her limping out the car, and you know blood coming out of her foot. So she did come back in the car. And Tory also brought that up as well in one of his songs. So I'm just like, so what really happened? You get what I'm saying? So I just want to know your thoughts, Derek.
I don't care. Somebody shot Meg and they need to go to jail. That's it.
Okay.
That's my thought.
That's your thought?
Whoever shot Meg Thee Stallion, you need to go to jail.
Okay.
Whoever did it. But the fact that Tory dropped this album the day after the whole Brown Taylor Swift went, I'm like, people are just tacky. It's just tacky.
And his team has the nerve to sit there and say, "Oh, the proceeds is going to Breonna Taylor."
She's dead. I don't think she needs y'all's proceeds. We just want him to be quiet and go home.
Yeah.
Just be quiet and go back to Canada.
I mean, that was a cute gesture, but I believe the family.
Listen.
Yeah.
There's always three sides to every story.
Yeah.
Your side, my side, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. Now I want to hear from Kelsey. Open your mouth. Where are you? Kelsey, everybody else talking.
Was you the one?
I want to know.
Because there was rumors also going around that Tory's a player. There was rumors going around that he was talking to Tory and Meg at the same time. And that when they got to Kylie's party, he was flirtatious with Kylie. And they both at the same time, that's why I don't believe that. They both at the same time was like, what you doing? Like coming after him. And they were like, oh, why are you being so... You know, they to each other like, why you being so protective and stuff like that. That's and that's when they found out that they were both sleeping with Tory. I don't know how true this is. This is all alleged. Let me put the heavy allege. Let me put the heavy allege. Oh no, that was a story that was circulating.
Insert my portion. Oh, that's one of the theories.
That was one of the theories. Yeah, don't sue me.
Right. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, that's I don't know. And no one knows what happened in that car, but the people that was in that car and God.
Right, but Meg was in the front seat. Kelsey and Tory were in the back seat.
Okay, so they're the two denominators. I don't think the security guard did that shit. So it's either y'all two.
He wasn't there. The security guard wasn't there. Remember? After it happened, he said, "Yeah, her security wasn't there. Meg was there by herself. She was there with her friends.
Not Meg's security, but I think Tory's security.
Oh,
he was driving the car.
Yeah.
He was driving the boat, honey.
Oh. So the arrangement of the vehicle, begs to question things too. So anyway, all I know is whoever shot her need to go to jail.
They need to go to jail.
Meg, stop protecting these niggas. Whoever, I understand you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is a learning experience. I'll be like, what? Fuck everybody else after this. This is it.
You shoot me, you going to jail or you dying. So which one you doing?
Period. And it's so and I looked at Keke Palmer's response. Just imagine, this terrible situation happening to you, and then you finally voice out your opinion, but then you're being lied to on an album that people are saying, "Oh my God, this shit was kind of tight." Like people was literally on social media. A lot of men out there, child.
This was a good album.
It was a good album. I'm like, at what cost? I mean, and I said this to my best friend, I'm gonna be real honest, if this was under different circumstances, I'm not really a Tory Lanez fan anyway, it could have been a good album. But it's the simple fact that you are profiting off of you shot someone, and now you're making a profit off it by coming out with an album saying how much you didn't do it and how much you're innocent in this situation. That's just a classic Leo. He is a Leo too.
Oh Lord, you know how I feel about those niggas.
The July Leos. Ooh.
Oh Lord,
spicy. That is just like, oh my God, you do something to me and then you want to play the victim when someone calls you out on it. Like, girl, what are you doing? No, I don't care how great your rhymes were in this album. It's trash.
People just do a lot.
It was trash. Now, child, I ain't got the shit. Y'all talk about y'all disowning 6ix9ine, child. You need to disown Tory because I feel like this is worse. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like I was like,
Dream Daughter come through and shoot that.
Yeah, and then he was coming for Asian the Brat and Dream Daughter saying, "Oh, you ain't got charting records. You're not on the Billboard." What? Yeah, what you talk about Billboard for? Billboard is not even credible. No shade anymore. Like, who cares about being on Billboard? Like, you just bringing up people. It just looks very just toddlerish. Like you're a child. You're having a little hissy fit right now. Things is not going your way because you're getting canceled, and this is how you respond. I would have if you would have been on live talking about it. But of course, people want to get paid. Look, I ain't doing this drama for free. Yeah, and that's just simply what it is. I don't know, child. That's a weird flex. That is a weird. I cannot wait to see what the Joe Budden podcast has to say about this. I watch their show too, because they talk critically about rappers and stuff like that. It's a mess. Like, girl, who you thought you was? I don't know, child.
I haven't heard the album. I don't want to support it. I don't want to give it any streams.
Oh, of course.
I'll just keep reading the reviews. I may go read the lyrics. I may do that.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I mean, first of all,
I'm gonna read the story.
I'm gonna read the story. He originally had it on SoundCloud, but now it's on iTunes. I made sure. I'm like, oh no, honey, don't send me no notifications. I'm not adding nothing to that now. But I did listen to some of his songs on there. It's whatever. I'm not listening to it, girl. It's I don't care if your shit was pure gold. You ain't, and for you to sit there and say that, oh, these girls ain't got billboards or whatever, girl, you only got Everyone Falls in. That's the only Tory Lanez song that I seen that charted. That one hit wonder, and then you had a bunch of music where you took other people's music and you made it into a new like it was okay. Like, you are okay. You're not that girl. Like, come on now. But anyway, nevertheless, I hope Meg Thee Stallion is just. I hope she's not worried about this at all. I hope that she's, I hope she responds too, because we want a response now.
Lord. Not rap, co-ed rap beef.
Because people say you already know Tory Lanez. If Meg Thee Stallion even thinks about responding to you, are dead. Because she can out rap your ass. I'm sorry, you are the singer. You are the auto-tune man. Like Nikki said about Travis Scott, you auto-tune man. No, Tory's the real auto-tune man. Now, let's keep it moving, honey.
They will devour this man on a track.
She will.
Who knows? They may do a song together. We all just be sitting here with our clown faces on, like, well, damn. Like, well, shit. Now I gotta listen to it.
Right. Oh my God.
Well played. Can you imagine? Hey, I need you to shoot me because I gotta drop this album real quick.
Child, that would. And at that point, Lemonade will be irrelevant.
Right, we've moved on, child.
Lemonade will be irrelevant, honey. This girl, what? Come on. Y'all had a whole beef, and then y'all had put in y'all music, and just for the consumption, child, that would be crazy. But I don't think that. I think Meg is definitely she has better standards than that. And she can get a hit if she wants to. She doesn't need a story to get a hit. She's proven that on the charts so far. But I don't know. Speaking of rappers, I want to move on. Cardi B back on her shit again. She is back on her shit. Earlier this week, she had a couple IG rants.
I saw.
So initially, she accused the blogger Tasha K for making up a story that Offset had another woman pregnant and that she asked for an abortion. Here's exactly what she had to say.
An opinion I formed as she came up with the story of a woman hearing a voicemail of Cardi saying the woman better get an abortion. So somebody went and fucking made up a story that they heard my voice telling a girl to get an abortion, and they also had a girl pregnant. A fan made that fake shit. And they went and reported that shit. And not only that, but People Magazine claimed that shit. Fucking what's her name? I think her name is B. Scott. I love B. Scott. But I think that she should have did her research on this better, because people was just flooding me with I heard Offset got a girl pregnant, and this is where the whole shit came from. Ain't that bad? I can see my comments. I don't know why. Ain't that about a bitch?
Okay, so how I feel about Cardi B. Well, she's back on her shit. Like I said, she's back with her little rants, and she's doing what she has to do to clean her name. There's no tangible proof that. Well, we don't know if Offset has another child. I don't know about that. But there's no proof that I don't think there's no audio that Cardi said get an abortion. And Cardi plays, she gives Tasha K so much content. It is crazy. This girl she be playing this girl face. I'm like, honey, I'm making stories about you. You giving me clout because you referring to my name on your lives. People gonna want to go back to my YouTube videos, and there we go. I got paid today. Cardi does not understand that, child, this girl's toying with you. Do we believe you said that? I don't know. There's no audio, so I'm only to believe that it's not true. This is what bloggers do. They make up stories. I was very surprised that Love B. Scott, that blog, ran that shit, because they are very pro Cardi. Okay, they go as far as to not even make articles about that, that was negative towards Cardi. Like that whole last year, they did not do that. So I find it funny. Look at now. I find it funny they're doing that now, and then Cardi is calling them out on it.
When you do clownery,
the clown comes back to bite. Child, don't let them send them my way, child.
So my take on all this is like, if Cardi don't do nothing else, she will address rumors, and I think it keeps them. I mean, the blogs have they have jobs to do. And when you're a celebrity, you step into that arena where people will either make up stories about you, or they're going to report on what they heard, what they see, what they smell, what they think, or what they feel, all that good stuff. And I just felt like it was so random for her to address it at this time. Like, if you're really intent on having your private life private, or dealing with your personal stuff within your camp, like, stop addressing your private life. Whatever the blogs say, don't address it. Just let them run. They can run whatever story they want to run. Put it in your music.
Period.
That's because it's going to drive us to want to hear it in your music. And I mean, our last story we just talked about, like, Tory did that, like, he was silent. Now, granted, we would have preferred him just shut the hell up. Just, if you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say shall be used against you in the court of immigration and deportation. But Cardi fuels the fire, and everybody has a right to protect their name. I get it, but I just feel like at this point, Cardi's a brand. She's $1 million brand.
Mm-hmm.
Just focus on the music. Focus on your rollout. Focus on having a healthy, happy family balance with your daughter.
Yeah.
And your baby daddy or husband, soon be ex-husband, whatever.
Yeah.
And who cares about what the blogs are saying? Let them say what they want to say. That's part of the game. This is part of the game. Let us do our job.
Yeah, let us do our job, child.
It don't matter what we say about you. We can say that your wig was on crooked.
Yeah.
That we're keeping your name alive. We're keeping you relevant.
Yeah, we're keeping you relevant and
keeping people thinking about you.
Exactly.
And I think that one of the missteps or mistakes that she's gonna have is how kind of Trump in a Trumpian way, like, attacks the press or attacks blogs and saying, bloggers, if you run a story about me, I'll sue you. Like, the Shade Room was so or they're so afraid to cover her now, whether it's good news or bad news, because she's threatened to sue them. Like, that's their job. Their job is to continue the flow of celebrity gossip. And when you enter tabloid media, that's what it's for. Like, it's specifically to exploit your life, good, bad, in between. That's our job. Let us do our job.
My thing is, child, there is definitely,
and she gives away so much free content. Like, Cardi, like, she's an Instagram girl. I'm just like, girl, you could have saved all this stuff, and you could have you could have got a whole sit down. Like, her team be making me mad. Like, Cardi is at a point now where you can move her into an A-list celebrity type of branding. Like, no, I'm not going to address this shit on Instagram Live because I'm bigger than that. I'm not Dream Doll. I'm not fucking Akbar or one of these Love Hip Hop girls anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to talk about my rumors? You want me to talk about it? I ain't going to the Breakfast Club. Give me an interview with fucking Oprah. Let me be part of the Oprah conversation. Let me get a sit down with, I feel like that'd be my ass. Like, I want to Barbara Walters.
That team is doing everything sloppy. They're doing everything sloppy with her.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Right. My song is #1 in the world, and I'm finna go rant on Instagram about what a blogger said about my divorce or about what. No, I'm not doing that.
Now, I can understand how frustrating it could be because, not frustrating, but how reputation is everything. And, I don't care if these little blogs talk about me, but it's like People Magazine ran the story. Like, whoa, that's a big publication. So,
Exactly. Which is why I'm not going on Instagram Live giving y'all nothing for free.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm not. People Magazine ran it. Now I want a cover. That'd be me. You ran the story about me that was false. Now I want a cover, and I want a special. I want to have a sit down interview, and I want a cover, and I'll tell you the truth, and I'll address what you ran about me. That's how you do that. That's how you wield your influence to bring to a means that benefits you. But I don't know, these new celebrities just. I just have so many devices that are on our own hands, and it's like, where's your team, baby? Where's Precious?
Like I said, we're in the PC world where everyone's offended. Well, everyone's offended. Everyone's, oh my God, I'm taking back. Like, I'm gonna come for you. You think these people are going to stop talking shit about you because you went on a rant on Instagram? We're gonna continue to talk about you until you become irrelevant.
Until you dead. When you die, we're gonna talk about you some more.
The one thing that y'all celebrities can do to put us out of business, y'all just gotta stop doing fuck shit.
Like y'all could always retire.
You know, y'all, and we be out of, look, I'm giving you the secret ingredient. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing dumb shit. And maybe that's not directly towards Cardi, because there are other celebrities, because Cardi doesn't put herself out there. It's just shit just comes out because you are an A-list celebrity. You know,
I am
you are.
Do you hear me?
Huh?
I'm sorry. I gotta get out this car. I am literally sitting here.
Not sweating, honey.
Like rotisserie chicken.
Ooh, child. Oh, it's hot over there.
Texas heat. I miss this little Texas heat.
Child, I don't know. I don't like nothing about heat.
I love it.
I like the cold.
You know, I like being. They were making fun of me because I have on a midriff. I'm like, you just love being naked. I was like, it's 80 degrees outside. Like, this is the weather I was made for.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, it's just loud. We're by the airport.
Cardi, get over it. Just
but yeah, Cardi.
Let's get over it, girl. It's not that deep, girl. You know your truth. You know your truth. You know what you said. You know what you didn't say. Okay.
Right. Exactly. I know what I said and what I didn't say.
Yeah. And we thought that, you know, she kind of matured over that, you know, but I think now she migrated her little live, because I remember she made a tweet or whatever. She's like, oh, did y'all enjoy my last little live chat on OnlyFans? Like, she migrated over to OnlyFans. But you know, people gonna pay that $4.99, and they're gonna screen record what you said, and we're gonna find out about it. I'm not paying for it, but you know, somebody will.
I can't relate, but somebody gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
I cannot wait to start my OnlyFans. Jeez, man.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
How is it going to be?
It's gonna be all the things, darling.
All the things. You said darlings.
All the things, darling.
Oh my
all
goodness.
the things. But yeah. So good luck, Cardi.
Yeah.
Pick your single. Pick your next single.
Yeah, because this. Come on. Because you ain't got much time, honey. This rollout gotta be just as good as your last, honey, or you gonna be a one album wonder, boo.
Well, you know, she said she was rested on her live too about people saying she was over. Now she did get washed on her song. I ain't gonna lie, Meg did wash her on WAP, but it was good. It was cute. It was a cute moment. It was cute.
Oh my God. So Lizzo.
Who?
Lizzo. You don't do that, Lizzo.
I ain't heard Lizzo's name. Child, what she did?
Well, she started this is a urban topic, you know, because not everyone really was talking about this, but she did an interview with Vogue for the October cover, and she shares messages about body positivity and self-love, and she said that body positivity has now become commercialized. She said in quotes, now when you use the hashtag body positivity, you see smaller frame girls, you see curvy girls, you know, a lot of white girls. But, you know, you don't see the girls with the fat backs. You don't see the girls with the bellies that hang. You don't see the girls with thighs that aren't separate, that overlap, or the girls with stretch marks. Basically, you know, girls who are in the 18 plus club. This is her words exactly. So we're seeing people that are, they're thick, you know, this, that, and the third. You know, there's a difference between thick and someone that is overweight. And we're not seeing the people that she's explaining. People like her. Because there's only Lizzo.
Right.
You can't count thick people because there's a difference between being thick, that's acceptable, that's still kind of acceptable, than someone that has a body size like Lizzo. The only other person that you can see was Adele back in the day because girl done lost some weight. You know, I definitely could relate to this because, you know, I am a heavier set person. And, you know, I often... when I'm looking for clothes and stuff like that, and you'll see H&M, because I shop at H&M and I shop at ASOS. H&M has plus sizes, but when you look at the plus size models, they just thick, honey. You know, like, and then when you see certain pieces, when you see certain clothes, like they're like, okay, yeah, this is the plus size section. This is, you know, we're not making any plus size in that in these pieces. Sorry. I'm like, you know, it can be frustrating. There is no inclusivity when it comes to people that are overweight. There's only there's only thick people and there's only skinny people. So I think that she had a point with this. You know, I think she was morally talking about the entertainment industry. which that's a small window of big people that we've ever seen. Like when you thinking about the Jasmine Sullivans, Jill Scotts. I mean, that's it. I don't see any other artists. And then we have a lot of artists that are thick. Like, we seen Nicki Minaj with Anaconda. She was trying to do that body positivity thing, but girl, you thick, girl. You not that big. Like you haven't
body positivity.
Huh?
Not that was. I don't know if that song was about body.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
That's what Nicki said.
That's
not when your song said "fuck them skinny bitches in the club." Wait a minute.
No, she said in interviews she wanted to make a song for the curvy girl. Okay, that was our Lizzo before Lizzo was Lizzo. That was our only Lizzo, honey. Huh?
We had Lizzos before. We had Aretha Franklin. We had Mahalia Jackson. We had Jennifer Hudson. We had, we've had bigger girls before. We had the holidays. Now, as far as like them being considered sex symbols, I think that's the part of the conversation that people aren't really touching on. Mm-hmm. And it's not about being body positive and embracing and owning your own body. It's like, no, you want to feel and be embraced as sexy and to be marketed as sexy and beautiful, just like any other person would. And the only failed logic in that when you're dealing in Hollywood is that we get into it. We're so, like I said, last episode, our generation is so obsessed with reality TV that it has kind of distorted, what is real and what is not. People forget the entertainment business is supposed to be about the imagination. It is supposed to be about, surrealism and alternatives and things like that. Hollywood is about creating a dream or taking archetypes and stereotypes and whatever and projecting that back for entertainment purposes. What people want now is for Hollywood, the Hollywood dream and vision and marketing to reflect reality. And, that's what the struggle is. It's like, well... Is
that a problem? That we want to reflect reality?
No. Well, my thing is just live your truth and live real life. Like...
Yeah, but okay,
y'all act like Ashley Stewart didn't exist. That's the part that pissed me off. Like when you're bigger, like there have always been options. Don't say always, but it's not like it's.
I can't speak for women. I can't speak for women's clothes, but I will say that it has been hard to find clothes that I like, that is in my style, that is in my size. I shout out to ASOS. Shout out to ASOS because they actually do have models that look like that is just as big as I am. I could potentially be a candidate for ASOS model. Okay, hit me up.
Right. Do it.
Thank you. But that's it. We got H&M that they have plus size tees. We'll give you that. We'll give you those jeans. We'll have waist size 40. We'll have double X certain times. Not all the time, but certain times. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's only I shop at H&M very seasonally.
Right.
Especially when it starts to get cold and they have to break out the hoodies and stuff like that. They'll have plus sizes. When it's summer, oh girl, you're not gonna wear that. I mean, it's too skimpy for you. You're too big for that. We're not gonna make that plus size. And I can understand, being frustrated. Hey, I want to wear some clothes that I like to wear. I don't want to go to no damn big and tall store. Okay. Now, for a woman's perspective, my mom shopped at Ashley Stewart and she enjoyed the clothes. Some people that may not like Ashley Stewart clothes. I want to wear my shit from. I want to go to Forever 21.
Okay.
But I can't because I remember I bought a damn shirt from Forever 21. I got a double X shirt that fit like a damn large. Who is sewing y'all clothes? It doesn't make any sense. I feel like there should be inclusion, especially when it comes to clothes. If this person can have this type of clothing, and I may find it, that I want to wear it. I feel like it should be a size for me. It's no, and I have conversations with my best friend all the time. It's like, oh, well, do you think that it costs more to make plus size clothes?
Well, I mean, the fabric costs, but other than that, I don't think so.
I feel like if it does, girl, these are $1 billion companies. I'm exaggerating. I don't know if H&M is a $1 billion company, but these companies are making a lot of money. Okay, so if it does cost extra to have some plus size, god damn it, y'all got the money for it. Okay, we just want more inclusion. That's what I ask as a big person. And when you're talking about the entertainment industry, when you're talking about Hollywood, you know, hey, I might want to be Spider-Man, but you know, Spider-Man, if you want to be true to the continuity of Spider-Man, Spider-Man wasn't overweight and or wasn't heavyset. I get that. But, you know, let's start making films that incorporate, you know, or start hiring, or I don't know. I'm not no actor, so I don't know. But I would like to see a lot of bigger people in certain films and movies and stuff like that. It would be nice. And I'm not talking about the Fat Amy roles. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, the roles that, you know the actor that plays the bigger friend that is funny and
right.
and you know, it's weird. I mean, Melissa McCarthy, she also plays in roles that are not like the stereotypical big girl. But like I said, it's a selective few.
Mm-hmm.
And also she's a white woman too. So, you know, it's a little bit more privilege there. When you look at the girl that played Precious, like I don't think
fat white girls have been winning.
Huh?
They've been winning. Well, you know, it's funny. Another conversation I think I saw was about how bigger people, when it comes to like Hollywood and the industry, like they're usually used for like comic relief. Like they're always the funny ones. Like fat equals funny, and that's not fair. But I think about people like Lonnie Love. I'm like, well, she's fat, but she's never really been funny to me.
Yeah, can I have a love interest? I'm not talking about being a superhero, but I'm like, can I have a love interest movie of an overweight person?
Queen Latifah played a role. Well,
girl, she was thick. She was thick. I wouldn't even call her overweight.
You wouldn't?
She was thick. I mean, someone like Precious. Like, what's her name?
Like Monique? Oh, Gabby. Like
Gabby. Yeah. You know, and she definitely played in some roles. They gave her a love interest on Empire, which I loved. I loved that. I thought that was interesting because, hey, you know, big girls got love. You know, we get love too. Yeah, what I'm saying
they do. Absolutely. All the big people I know, they're always in happy, healthy relationships. Now, whether or not they're being used by their lovers or not, I don't know. But from what I know, they seem like it's easier for them to get into a relationship than it is for most of the attractive people. Because
you said big people or big women?
Well, I mean, most of the bigger people I know are in relationships.
Because in the male community, I do feel like girls
love big dudes. I think it's because
girls love big dudes.
Because you're a part of the LGBTQ scene. It's different because we are all about aesthetics, and it's like it's weird to me. It's like
men are very visual.
Yeah, that's trash.
It is.
But I love everybody, so I can't speak from.
And there's certain men that I come across that are you know, it's not a thing. It surprises me sometimes because, you know, when I talk to my friends, I'm not gonna name drop them or anything. It's like, oh, I like my men thick. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, I would have never known because, you know, I've been used to being like, oh no, sorry, you're not my type. You know, you kind of big. You know, this, that, and the third.
Oh my God, people say that? That's crazy.
Well, I got a couple people, you know, on the apps or whatever. That's why I'm like,
that's a dangerous play. I told you.
It's a dangerous place. That's why I don't shoot my shot. I do not shoot my shot, girl. You got to come to me.
But you got to shoot. That's the thing. No, but see, you can't do that because that's not how it's gonna work. This idea that you think that people's gonna grab it, now go out there and get what you want. I told you last step, people dying, Darren. Maybe it. Go out there and get what you want. It's a numbers game. There's 8 billion people in the world.
I hate rejection, honey.
Okay, well, you got to get over that. If you're going to survive this thing called life, you have to become comfortable with rejection because rejection sometimes is your protection. Like if you reject me, and I know what I can bring, what I'm bringing to the table outside of what I look like you rejecting me could be the best thing for my life because you could probably be the person. I may be attracted to you because you fine, or I may think that you fine, and you could abuse me in a way that someone, you know, the other people would not. So go out there and shoot your shot. You don't know what other people, you don't know how it's going to work unless you try. So don't be discouraged and think that, because the world don't owe you, I had to learn this the hard way. The world owes you nothing. The world owes you nothing but space and opportunity. That's the only thing, when you're born into this world, the only thing that you are really granted and owed is space and opportunity to live. That's it. Anything other than that, you got to go out there and get it yourself.
Yeah.
You got to go get it yourself. So if you're going to be on the app and you see something that you like, shoot your shot, Darren, because what may attract them to you may not be anything about have to do with your body type. It could be about saying, like, oh, this nigga approached me like I like his confidence. Like, I'm attracted to something. You can tell when somebody has low self-esteem. You can tell when somebody doesn't, like, they haven't fully gotten into themselves yet. And that can be unattractive. Like, I don't want no man that doesn't, I don't want no man that doesn't think that he's worthy of me. Like that, I'm not going to find you attractive if you already think that you don't deserve me. How's that unattractive? And what does that say about me wanting to be with somebody like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So go out there and shoot your shot.
Oh no! Once I'm in talking to somebody, the confidence, even if I don't feel confident, I would never let my partner know about that. That's I'll keep that in the back of my mind.
It's not even about them knowing. It's like, but that has to do with the inner work. It's never about the other person. It's about how you feel about you, whether you're with somebody or not. Like you have to know that you are that inward. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, of course, and I project that, child. I project that.
But you just said, if you know that, it's not even about projecting. If you know that, if you truly know that, then it has nothing to do with your body type. Like like Lizzo's message, like girls like Lizzo, she knows who she is. So it doesn't matter. You can reject me all you want to. I know what I am. I know what I care and what I have. And it's not going to stop her from getting whatever man she wants. Or if she pursues a man, I'm pretty sure she has a higher success rate than those people like that they're waiting on some man to magically pop up on their porch. They want this desire to be chased. Like, I want someone to look at me and want to pursue me. Oh, okay. Well, you keep waiting, feeling that way, waiting and wanting somebody outside of you to validate your experience, waiting on someone outside of you to validate your worth, to validate your sexy, to validate your confidence. Like, keep waiting on that. The world is moving. Everybody got their own shit to deal with. Anybody got time to be trying to chase you just to make you feel bad about yourself? Who got time for that? A user? Somebody's trying to play you? That's who. Go out there and get some men, Darren, and quit playing with these people.
Okay, you just continuously always stepping on my toes.
That's right.
Every episode.
That's you. That's right. That's right. All your toes will be nice and crushed and crunchy.
Not crunchy.
It should be crushed and crunchy. I'm ready because I need to go on the episode. We come like, Darren, how you bouncing all these men? That's what I'm start asking you for tips. Like, Darren, what you got these? Darren, what is going on with all these?
Child,
today, not even got to a team, child.
I mean, I've been texting people.
Yeah. Enjoy it. Take your time. But yeah. So body positivity is just about owning your own skin, and the Hollywood narrative is changing. It's being more accepting and embracing. And I think that we are moving into a culture where we one day will just be able to embrace everybody. But I think that the illusion that Hollywood was always intended to create is coming down. We're watching the veils come down in every arena. Veils are coming down in religion. The veil is coming down in politics. The veil is coming down in entertainment and in media. And it's like, okay, the only issue I have with that is that once we remove the veil, that means we have blurred lines, and people are going to start having a real aversion to reality, because you will not know what's real and what's fake, because everything's going to look the same. Think about that. Think about it.
But do you think before that generation, everything looked the same, and that's why people are trying to fight for inclusion, because everything looked the same at one point? Everybody was white. Yeah. Everybody was men, or at one point, everybody was one race.
But but I look back at old movies and I'm thinking like, well, this was a selling point. They were selling to buyers, right? You were selling this image and dream to people that had the money to consume these things. So when you started having black people who could go to the movies, and you had black people who were were part of the business world, and they needed suits, and when they needed different clothing, like that's when shit started changing, and the look started changing, because you had to market it to a different group of people. When you look at Hollywood now, you look at these roles, it's like, okay, well, people go to the movies, they want to see themselves, otherwise they're not going to start spending. America is about dollars, the capitalism. Capitalism changes everything in our country. When you start affecting the bottom line, when people say, well, if we're not going to be represented, we're not going to pay, that's when shit changes. That's when you start seeing bigger people getting lead roles, because if we're going to be in this industry and we're making you all millions of dollars, if we sit out, then guess what? People that like me aren't going to pay to come see your movies anymore. People are learning how to wield their influence on on the different industries. And, so that's why I feel like the veil is coming down. It's going to rip because everything is now going to be portraying reality. Like what is our day-to-day reality. And that's what people want to see on TV. That's what they want to hear in the music. That's what they want to see in politics. Like that's why we have a Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a bastion of white privilege in a reality TV setting. So that's what people want to see on TV. They want to see this white rich man who is arrogant, who literally operates in total freedom. He can say whatever he wants to say. He goes where he wants to go. He does whatever he wants to do because he can afford to do so. That is the American dream. He is a walking version of an American dream of freedom looks like. And now we realize how dangerous that is in a position of power. It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to those who do not have access to that type of freedom. And it's dangerous to those who are threatened by that type of freedom. So I don't know. Like everything is changing, and but people just have to be more comfortable with who they are and showing up and being who they are in this experience. Because with the veils ripping the way they are, you got to be body positive as hell. You got to love yourself and for
right.
yourself. The world is crazy.
I've gained
Lizzo.
love for myself.
Thank you, Lizzo. I'm proud of Lizzo. I remember when she first started like appearing, like making, watching the comments and make people like she was doing the most. And sometimes you have to do the most to raise the awareness. And she put herself out there, and she was rewarded for it. Because in our own way, we're all like little mini advocates. Like when you're an artist, like there's no way I would just I would love just creating my art or doing what I'm doing just for my own personal enjoyment. That's at the root of it. But at the end, it's like, no, I want there to be more people that look like me. Like even still, like the music scene, like, dang, can we get a mainstream, LGBTQ artist that's not like
Lil Nas X? Ooh.
Well, I feel like that's heavy. That's marketing. Like even if he was gay and out, Lil Nas Mirage, like his image, it's too. I don't know. His team created an image for him, and I think so. For me, as a person who's always
he's trying to find it. He's trying to find it because it's not.
It ain't sticking.
It's not sticking. Because first now you the rodeo boy, you country rap esque, and now you're doing like. Then you was doing like retro, post thriller type video. I was like, what is this? What are you doing?
It doesn't seem authentic.
Yeah,
it's not authentic.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm waiting on. Like I want to see more Sylvester like in the mainstream. Like I want to see it be a thing. And Saucy Santana is funny, but I feel like when I look at Saucy Santana, I think about the 50 Nobies, and I think about Big Frida, and I think about artists who this is like authentically being themselves and like just risking it all, and they're only allowed to go so far, so to speak.
Right.
And I just want to. That's a wall that I want to break down. Like I can't wait till that day where we can have our own, Freddie Mercury's, where you knew they were gay or whatever, and they just gave us good music, and you loved and supported them anyway.
Yeah.
And I think that for black people, it's gonna be a hard thing to do because we're so critical. Black people the black community is very conservative when it comes to LGBTQ issues. Like we're very conservative in that way. And I just want us to be celebrated for just being black and creative and like going back to our roots and like just owning everything. Like we have to own every part of us, like own all of it. This is part of our magic. When I talk to straight black people, I was like, I need to remind you, this is part of our magic as a people. I don't have to be just like you because I can do things that you can't do.
Yeah.
And you should celebrate me for being able to do it.
But see, I feel like when we're talking about the LGBT community, I feel like we need to have a united front as well. We are very unorganized and we are fighting each other. It doesn't make any sense. And we didn't mention this on the show, but all these fights that was going on with these balls and stuff like that, or whatever's going on, because in Atlanta and fights was happening up in the piers in New York too. I was hearing. Like, what are y'all fighting for? Y'all getting paid for this? Are y'all on television?
And drama. Well, you have to remember, TV art reflects reality. And reality, then again, dictates art. So the fights that you see on TV, the reason we see it is because they've always happened in real life. Like, this has always been fighting. And I don't think that every time that there's that everything that's negative about our community doesn't have to be pinned to just our community, because straight people fight all the time. Like, people fight.
That's a problem.
Like,
that's a problem too. You know, that's a problem too.
But I mean, but my thing is, like, the reality is people fight. Like,
but I think it's a little different than that, and I want to unpack it, but I'm not sure how you're going to respond.
People fight, and I think when it's gay people fighting, I think the reason that it's sensationalized because when you think about a gay man or you think about a gay black man or whatever, they think of us as like sensitive and feminine, and that it's not graceful to see feminine black men fight. But then it was like catty bitches, right? So it's entertaining. I took it
as because what the stuff that surfaces on my social media platforms is, you know, it's just gay because I follow gay sites and stuff like that. But I think when you're talking about when you're talking about them fighting, I look at it as almost, okay, because I'm looked at as, you know, nonviolent and I don't fight and this, that, and the third, I have to make up for this. So let me just fight, or let me just be this violent person. I mean, I've talked to people in the community. I'm just like, why?
But that's the thing. Like, we are not a monolith. There are violent people of every race, every creed. Doesn't matter what sexuality is. Okay. And you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to normalize, or for me on my end, it's always fighting for our humanity, right? As an advocate, it's always having to fight for the basic principle. I am a human being, which means that I am capable of doing everything and feeling everything that every other human being is able and capable to feel, think, and express. Everything. There are violent straight people. There are violent gay people. There are conservative straight people. There are conservative gay people. There are, you know, like.
You think I'm conservative?
To an extent, but it's not about it's not what I think of you. It's about what you think of yourself. Okay. And you're allowed to create that for yourself. And so my thing is always like reminding people, these are still human beings. If you start unpeeling these layers off and quit trying to put people in certain boxes and thinking that because this person does this, then they automatically have to do this, or because I look this way, I have to act this way. Like, we have to start breaking down that binary / linear way of thinking when it comes to human beings, because that's not how we're all wired. We weren't designed to be that way. And I feel like the struggles that we've had for so long is based on this idea that we're supposed to be uniform. You look over history and you look over different types of governments and you wonder why the authoritarian governments worked the way they did. It was militarized because everybody had to do the same thing. It's structured like a military breakdown. You have the people that fight. You train them to do this one way. Look at education. You institutionalize curriculums because you want them all to think this way, because there's a certain job you want them to do. It's like social programming. But when it comes to the diatribes of the different types of communities, and when we talk about issues that face our community, we have to constantly just remind ourselves when we're having these conversations that we are also human beings capable of feeling, thinking, and doing everything any other type of human being is doing. So we can't get so heavy on sticking these negative things to ourselves and thinking because the gays in Atlanta always fight, or because that's always projected, that sticks to me. That doesn't speak to me. I'm not always fighting. Now, if you try to bring, if you are violent towards me, am I going to get in the mix with you? Probably.
Well, no, anybody say not defend yourself, but I feel like,
but that doesn't mean I wouldn't paint our entire community that way, and I wouldn't allow any other person to do that. So as I said, part of it is also reminding, injecting, hey, we're human beings and we do the same thing anybody else does. So don't be surprised if you pop off and you think just because you think they're supposed to be soft, it's not always going to be soft and sweet.
Oh, of course. Of course.
You know what I mean?
And we've been oppressed for a long time, and I've understood, the common misconception that we don't fight, and the common misconception that we're not tough when it comes to defending ourselves. And we see a lot of situations where, that's not how it looks.
Right.
But I am a person that believes too much of anything is bad for you, and I see this a lot And I think that, and I would say the same thing about black people in general. We got to stop the violence within us. You get what I'm saying? But
I guess.
But do what you want to do.
I mean,
I'm just giving you my opinion.
The whole nonviolence thing.
Do what you want to. I'm a pacifist. Yeah, I advocate for nonviolence. That's just how.
And I don't want any of the listeners to think that I'm advocating for violent behavior, because I'm not. But what I'm saying is that you also just consider your sources. The stuff that you see, or you seeing the fights and stuff like that. You're following pages that promote that. Like, that's the images that you promote. Do you follow pages that are celebrating LGBTQ entrepreneurs? Are you following pages that celebrate Black gay marriages? Are you following pages that actually portray positive aspects of our community, or are you following just the parts that are considered entertaining? People like seeing people fight. If a fight broke out in the Walmart parking lot I was just in, guess what? You're gonna see people swarm around it, pull their phones out because it's entertaining. That's what people are entertained by the clownery, right?
Yeah, and it could be in any culture. Is that what you're saying?
In any culture, but because it's us, and because there's this idea of what it's supposed to look like, this is how we're supposed to act. When you start, bombarding certain images, it becomes a stereotype, and that's what people become used to. So you start getting used to this particular image of the Black gay man that's messy and violent, and they'll jump in the club, and like that becomes part of the conversation. It becomes the default position. This is what you think of when you think of this type of person. And we have to be better. We have to be better at combating those images, and be better at, like I said, advocating for our own humanity. Like, wait a minute, just because you saw 3 videos of Black gay people fighting all the time in Atlanta, like that's not
me.
To the entire culture. Like that doesn't represent me or my friends. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's a thing. I wish that everybody would be able to communicate better. I think that
a lot of the
humanity for a long time, we're struggling with. We're still struggling. Humans have been on this planet for over a million years now, and we are still struggling to master our senses, how to use them.
Yeah, we're the most violent species on the planet.
We haven't mastered how to utilize it. So anyway, so
yeah, we done went off.
Right, it's okay, but that's good. Like, we're having a real conversation.
Right.
This is real, like, entertainment to y'all, but it's like, it's real life. And we were talking about earlier about how art imitates life, and we're talking about the veils and stuff ripping in reality, this reality TV thing. It even goes back to the Tory Lanez versus Meg situation. Like, her getting shot, that's real life for her. Like, that's her real life. She got shot in the feet. But at the end of the day, they're both part of the industry. So how do we sell this? Because that's our job. Our job, people are eating this up. We have to sell it. We have to sell it.
Yeah. And that's just, you have to sell it at some point. There's someone in behind the scenes is saying that, because how are we going to profit off of this? And I think
exactly. Don't be fools for free.
This is the country of capitalism. Okay.
Absolutely.
We're gonna capitalize off of everything. If this shit's happening to me, well, you best to believe I'm gonna get paid off this shit.
Right. Speaking of getting paid, off of entertainment and the buffoonery, what's going on with Wendy Williams? I've been seeing a lot of press on her the past couple of days. These shows that she's been doing since she's been back, like, what's the tea?
First of all, it's getting weird now. Let me stop. So she came back for season 12. This is season 12, right?
Yeah, season 12.
For me, I'm very surprised that her full episodes, you can stream it on YouTube, or watch it on YouTube rather. Right. That never happens with television shows. I never, like, okay, The View's doing it too. I'll give Wendy that. I mean, and
it makes sense.
Yeah, and she's also doing the ads on the show. Like, she had like a whole segment. She was talking about her skin or whatever. She said, I forgot to moisturize. Oh, buy this. I'm like, girl, when you started doing that? When you started, not you a YouTuber.
Might as well. You gotta keep the advertising.
I'm like, and my thing is this, the industry giants, how I feel about them doing the same shit that influencers do. I find it's competition. You know, I can understand how certain influencers could feel a way about that. I'm like, hold up, are you doing what I'm doing? You on TV land, I do the internet. We should never come together. You know what I'm saying? It should never intertwine. That's how I feel about a lot of these celebrities doing podcasts. I'm like, first of all, we started this shit. Like regular people started this shit. Why are celebrities starting to grasp? They're starting to become the media now. Nah, you ain't gonna control the narrative. So I can understand how people could be frustrated with that.
Why not? We love Queen Radio.
But see, Nikki, we can't do Nikki. We can't do Nikki because I love Nikki's different. Nikki's different. She don't talk about celebrity news.
You see how that foot tastes.
But see, they call Queen Radio a podcast. It's not a podcast. It's a show that's on Apple Radio. I mean, she doesn't talk about celebrity news. I mean, and she's not really there all the time. Like I don't
like that.
We're not competing. Like, you know, well, I'm not competing with Nikki, but I don't think no big podcast is like the Joe Budden podcast is not competing with Queen Radio. Like they have their own numbers. She has her own numbers.
Right.
So that's why I don't count Queen Radio. But
back to Wendy.
Yeah, back to Wendy because that's another conversation.
You know DJ Booth is not on.
Yes. She got a new DJ, and apparently,
Sus One, right?
Huh?
Sus One, DJ Sus One.
Yeah.
His cute stuff. He has a little fur on.
Yeah. So yeah, she's got a new DJ, and DJ Booth went live to talk about how he has tea on Wendy, and he has he said his words, "Oh, I don't have juice, I don't have tea, I have coffee." So when it comes out, y'all gonna. I'm like, what exactly do you have on Wendy now? Now people speculate that they was in a relationship or whatever.
She was dating DJ Booth.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that has anything to do with his tea. Yeah.
Wow.
And also people wasn't talking about this, but I have an idea on why. I have a theory on why DJ Booth is not DJing Wendy Williams. Let's not forget, you know, because DJ Booth also was on Queen Radio. Speaking of Queen Radio, right? And the time when they were beefing or whatever, there was a time where he didn't show up. Like it was like she was like, DJ Booth is not here. She panned the camera in his area. He was not there. This was during the whole beef between Wendy and Nikki.
Wendy and Nikki.
Yeah.
Because when DJ Booth was hurt, was Nikki's DJ too.
Yeah, that was a gig. It was a gig for him, you know, being on Queen Radio. This is an actual job, you know, working for Wendy Williams. So when you ain't show up, Wendy got mad and she probably fired him for it. I mean, I don't mind. You know, I'm always gonna ride for my dog Nikki. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I get it.
She got him not. She got that man not to show up to his damn job. Look, hey, it is what it is. It be like that. However, you know, Wendy Williams has a right to fire him because if she feels like she was betrayed or whatever, I don't know. We don't know. This is all speculation. Let me put that allege on there. Allegedly, that's the reason why I think DJ Booth was fired. We don't know, but we can only speculate. I thought it was funny. There's a couple of things on the Wendy Williams show that I found was interesting as well. She talked to Nene, and Nene confirms our theory on why she left. It's because of money. When Wendy Williams was talking about her conversation, it was because of money. Now, whether she asked for more or they gave her less, we don't. That's still unclear. Wendy didn't go in depth on that, so I thought it was very interesting that was the reason. Because of money, honey. I still find it real sad, and someone asked Nene too. Is she going to potentially like have a spinoff show? And they was like, at no capacity in my lab, I'm not going to have a show. Like Bravo is completely cut ties. I was like, wow. To see this it's sad to see, because I feel like when she left the first time, it was because she didn't get along with the castmates. This time it's something like it has something to do with people upstairs. with the people upstairs. So I don't know. I feel bad for Nene.
You feel bad for Nene? Oh yeah, I read a thing. B. Scott, your fave.
Don't do me.
Dropped a piece yesterday, early this morning, about a tweet response or a response that on Instagram about them saying that Bravo is needs to give Nene a spinoff, and she replied that Bravo doesn't think that she should work in any capacity, and so Lee Scott came and made a whole article about that contradicts her saying that she left and that there were bigger conversations happening between Bravo and NBC Universal about what to do with her. That if they don't want her to work in any capacity, do you think there were ever any negotiations? And it's like, no, Nene got fired. So in any regard, it's like, it's Nene Leakes, and the season's already shaping up to be going to be boring. And whatever she decides to do, I think that she's going to, honestly, what I feel in my spirit is that Ryan Murphy is going to find a way to utilize her again, like, how he did for the new normal.
Mm-hmm.
And, she's going to be able to rebrand, and she's going to be fine. Like, of all the housewives, I think that she's going to be fine. Because my thing is, if I did it once, I know I can do it again.
Yeah.
And if Nene ever decided to do a reality show based off of the convention that she does every year in Miami now with the women entrepreneurs, if she decides to do like a documentary or something like that, it would definitely get picked up. And she probably would end up landing on somewhere like OWN or WeTV. And she could do like Tamar did and reach out to Mona and get her own show. Like, she doesn't have to stay with Bravo. Like, she doesn't have to stay with Bravo. She can always branch out and do her own thing. Because her following, from the responses online, her following is going to follow her wherever she goes. And it's very resounding that the House of Leaks have collectively decided that we're not watching season 13. And we'll read about it in the blog.
Well, I'm gonna see what the season gives. I'm gonna hold it down.
Yeah, we're here
for the topics.
Well, you're Team Twirl, so we know you're gonna.
Don't do me.
You're Team Twirl.
I'm team. I'm like Candy. I'm very neutral.
Neutral? Candy ain't no damn neutral. What you say? She ain't no damn. Cynthia ain't no damn angel. She ain't no angel.
Yeah. First of all, so apparently we need to start watching Housewives of Potomac because there's supposed to be some kind of fight going on, physical altercation.
You're French now. We need to watch Housewives of Potomac. I do watch Housewives of Potomac. You don't watch it.
Who is fighting who? I need the 411.
I don't know if Monique and them got into it.
Yeah, I think Monique. Yeah, I'm looking at the article right now. Candace and Monique, apparently.
Candace and Monique, finally.
But it gets physical, and Karen is in the background like, Karen, you better sit your little bougie self down, girl.
But they've been teasing that all season. They've been teasing that since the season premiere.
Well, it's happening.
Yes.
This Sunday. So next Friday, we'll give you a review.
With Candace.
I don't know. I'm very in and out when it comes to this show. Like, I'm very in and out. Like, I'm here. I'm like, okay, yeah. But I'm like, this is a little... It's giving me very much Beverly Hill vibes, and I do not watch that show.
Well, I mean, I think that it's brewing because, apparently there's still bitter feelings because Candace invited Sharice to her party, to the same party that she invited Monique to. And apparently Sharice was spreading rumors about Monique, about their finances, and what was going on with her marriage, about her cheating on her husband with her trainer and stuff like that. And so Monique had an issue with Candace, like, you're my friend. Why would you invite me to a place where you know this lady's going to be?
Child.
And Candace like, well, I didn't know the beef between y'all was all of that. I'm like, y'all grown. And, there was still some bad blood there. And so, we knew it was going to play out over the season. But there was also an episode where Monique was trying to force Candace to apologize to Ashley, like, in front of the whole group. And Candace like, why y'all keep trying to bully me into apologize to this girl? Like, if I'm gonna have a conversation with her, I'm gonna have a conversation with her outside of the group, like one-on-one. We're gonna talk and handle it. But Monique kept pressing the issue, and then when she thought the camera stopped rolling, but the mics were still rolling. And Ken's like, why did you do that? And Monique's like, well, I had to. I'm sorry, but I had to. Like creating drama. So it's looking as though Monique is perpetuating drama, and Ken's like, we don't have to do all of that.
Right.
So I can imagine it coming to a head, and I can't wait to the episode so I can see how it all falls out. This reunion, though, the reunion for this season is going to be amazing. The last one was kind of weird. This is going to be interesting.
It's going to be virtual.
It's going to be broken glass, like somebody going to break the.
Oh my goodness! You just responded. I just seen your response. No, I just seen your response to something that I DM'd you on the page, on the blog page. The one we use like LMAFO.
Right.
Like what the hell? Anyway, we're just talking about our competitors. Anyway,
competitors. Honey.
What?
There is no competition.
Ooh.
Well, I started out just there's no competition, but they try.
Oh, they try, honey.
We let them try. We support it. I support it. I support.
We support it, honey.
I support all creatives and anybody who's utilizing their platform to build a better way for themselves. You know, Godspeed. But y'all out here looking crazy. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But if you're gonna have some bullshit to say,
but it's on brand. It's on brand because that's some shit that you.
Child. I mean, like, shooting. If you do blow up, I hope that you delete this content because they're gonna be like,
"That's gonna be
what you say?
That's gonna be their brand, right?"
Honey, not we're not doing research now. If you ain't sitting at your, if you're not sitting and writing for an hours, not hour, before you get on this damn whatever platform that you are and you doing news and stuff, what you doing? What are you doing, honey? I sit and write this shit for hours. I have to really rethink, and I have to go over like, is this good enough? Is this if what I'm saying is right? What do you want to say about this topic? It's not all about looking for the notes and getting it in together, because I was like that before. I just got the notes. I was done in 5 minutes.
Right, you're crafting your message and finding your voice in it.
What do you want to say about this topic? There's topics that I scrapped for this week because I'm like, I mean, this is good. Yeah, like, what do I want to say about it? And if I can't figure out what I want to say about it, then it's not a worthy enough topic for me to talk about. I was going to talk about the Amanda Seales situation where she said that, somebody trying to call me, girl, where she tried to sit there and say the Real used her flow or whatever, something. I was like, I don't know. This is a little drama. This is TV show drama. I ain't got time for that. I want to talk about something that was more important, and that's why I chose the Lizzo story instead, even though not a lot of people were talking about it, but it's something that I had something to say about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little fruit for thought for our little competitors or people that are listening to the podcast that are also creatives as well. It's all about that authenticity, honey, and getting the right story, honey.
Right, be on the right side of history.
Not be on the right side of history. Yeah, because people look back and like, what the hell you said?
Right, y'all look foolish out here.
Foolish.
But some people just get on here and they want to be controversial. So I get it.
Yeah, but, for shock value and stuff.
I'm shocked at y'all. When I look at their views, I'm not shocked, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Come on, Derek. Come on with the shade now. We can't do the shade now.
Got the bombs on them.
Dang, I gotta get a bomb. I ain't got the bomb sound effect yet, but when I get that bomb sound effect, because I want to get a good one, I don't want to just get no cheap one off of online and it just sound. I'm getting a good bomb.
Sound crispy.
Child, I want the Queen Radio bomb. Child, I might have to steal it. I might have to steal it from you, Nikki. Now to freedom.
Right.
Oh my goodness, this was a real good episode. This is our first broadcast.
With our little extra devices and stuff.
Yeah, with our little devices. Yeah, look, let me tell you something. All I got to do is chop out a little excess sound, but after that, it's just saving and posting. Like, this is the fastest episode I've ever created because I don't have to do post edits. It's so amazing.
Look at that.
By the end of the semester, I'm buying this. Yeah, I'm buying this mixer for myself. Like, this shit. Oh my God, it helps me out a lot. Okay. Anyway, that's it for the show. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the convo. And until next time, I'm your host, Darren Greene. I'm joined by
Derek Doll.
Yep, Prince Derek Doll. And this is the Darren Greene Show signing out.
Bye.
If you like what you heard, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and give us a 5-star rating. As always, enjoy the convo.